Hello, everybody. You have tuned in to the Indiana State Police Roadshow, brought to you by the Indiana State Police Alliance, Cops for Kids, subsidiary of the Indiana State Police Alliance, and Tom Trial, the YouTube specialist who's behind the camera there, putting us on YouTube each and every week. We thank him for doing this, and we thank the Indiana State Police Alliance, and we thank Kyle Mitchell for coming back in here and talking to us today. Something a little different. We were talking to him a couple weeks ago about the Muddy Run and his involvement with that, but we're going to go something a little different now that he does every day for our department. That's recruiting, and he's part of our recruiting section for the Indiana State Police. And how many do we have in that now?
Right now, in the recruitment section, we have two.
Okay.
Actually, Sergeant Katie Selzman, she just got a promotion, so she was the actual South recruiter, but now she actually handles the selection process in HR.
Okay.
So now it's just two. Trooper Jamel King handles the North Division. I handle the Central, and also we split the South at the moment.
Okay. All right. And you still got Anthony Emery in charge.
Yes, he's our sergeant, so we always have to report back to him. Every second, everything that we're doing, he has to be aware of it. So.
Let's throw him under the bus.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's good to have you in here, and we're talking about something that's going to be coming up here pretty soon. That's exciting for the department, and we've had a lot of questions. I know I have, being out in the PIO part of the department, is when are we going to be hiring, and when are we going to have a next recruit class? And it sounds like it might be coming up.
Yes, definitely. Since Superintendent Carter came into office, his vision was to actually try to take classes yearly, actually once a year, going up. And so right now we will be accepting applications here in the near future. Right now we're just directing individuals to our website and fill out a pre-application. What that does, Sarge, it actually sends them a reminder email. Once we're going to open up the process, it shoots it out to them right there at 12:01, so they don't miss that deadline. They can go to our website. They can go to www.in.gov/ISP, or even to make it kind of simpler, they can go to Google, just type in Indiana State Police. It directs you right to our homepage. But we should be opening up that in the near future, though, within the next couple of months.
So the people that are looking to be involved in this, to become an Indiana State Police officer, what do they need to be looking for as far as to get ramped up to be in shape to do that?
Yes, excellent question. Actually, we actually give you all the tools to actually help you be successful in our selection process. I know you're aware of our health and strength coach as well, as well on our department. He actually handles everything for us when it comes to the workouts that you need to be doing as well. He puts everything on our website with things that you should be eating. As long as you do follow our workout regimen that he puts on the website, it actually shows you everything, and you'll actually make the numbers, the bare minimum numbers that you need to do to make it on successfully in our process. And for those numbers, you have to be able to have a 16-inch vertical, 29 sit-ups within a minute.
Now, wait a minute, 16-inch vertical.
16-inch vertical from your height. So you would get
vertical what though? Vertical
jump.
Okay.
Yes, a vertical jump. He uses the apparatus. Troy Torrance, he handles everything for us.
Right. Yeah.
He uses the apparatus to measure from your height from 16 inches from there. So obviously my 16 inches will differ from your 16 inches, obviously. But he actually has everything on a website when it comes to things that can actually help you improve in certain areas that you might be lacking in. Like I mentioned, the 5 areas you get tested on is the 16-inch vertical. You have to have a minimum 29 push-ups within a minute, 25 push-ups, a 300-meter sprint within 71 seconds, and a 1.5-mile run in 16 minutes and 28 seconds. And you can literally walk a 1.5 miles in 16 minutes and 28 seconds. But you'd be surprised, you have some individuals that come in and actually fail the actual 1.5 miles. But that's because they did not properly prepare themselves when they got in the selection process.
That's what was going to be my next question. Do you find individuals that they've put in for here, obviously they know they're going to be trying out for the United States Police because they've applied, and they get there and fail?
Yes. I try to explain. When I go out and speak to individuals as well, they say, well, I can do 30 push-ups. I can do 35 push-ups. But see, what they're doing is they're actually just training for that certain area. They're not actually taking in the fact that, okay, you're going to be at the academy. You're going to have counselors yelling at you. You're going to be stressed out. Your blood flow is going to be going. So you're actually going to be more tensed up. So in turn, it's going to make your actual physical output a little bit lower than normal. So if you're already around that 25, 30 on test day, you're going to be doing around 20 to 25 possibly. And also, if you don't go low enough, those won't count. So you actually try to burn yourself out prior to even making that mark. So we really try to stress individuals to really go out and exceed those minimum standards, because if you just go and stop at 25 push-ups and 29 sit-ups at home, you're not going to make it when you get to the academy.
And you say don't go low enough. So you guys actually you have something that they go down and hit to see if they're going low enough?
Actually, we actually use our fist.
Okay.
For male applicants and male troopers, we use our fist. We have it in the ball, and they go down and they touch our fist. If we do not feel them touching our hand, then that does not count. That's a no rep. If they do that constantly, that's when it's protocol violation. They have to stop as well. For female applicants, we have female troopers that do that as well, and they have knife hands, so they can go down and touch on their hand on a knife hand when it comes to that aspect. Some actual applicants, they're very smart because, like with me, they see a bigger guy, they know I have bigger hands, so they'll run over to me when I'm actually being a protocol instructor, and they'll try to hurry up and get mine because they don't have to go down as far. If they trying to get an extra inch out of it, they're finding ways.
Yeah.
But that's actually smart. I commend them for that because I know I would do the same exact thing, honestly. So.
But that's something that they need to be aware of, that they need to go down and do that. You're not going to be able to arch your back or anything like that, and that's not going to count. And I'm sure you tell them that.
Oh yeah, I do. I actually do tell. That's a great point, Rich. Another thing that I do when I go to these colleges and these universities and speak to the students, I say, if you're struggling on push-ups, try to do them at home. Get a roll of toilet paper, turn it to the side, and then go down every time, and that'll hit your chest on that toilet paper. When you feel that you hit that toilet paper, you know you're going to proper depth on your push-ups. That's
a good idea. That's something good to train for. What other part do you find that they maybe don't have enough training on? What would be the next thing? Is the run? Is that I mean, if they come in, you guys probably have certain area, and they're doing this all on the same day, right?
Yes, sir.
So they're going from one station to the next station to the next station?
Yes, the recovery time is very little, actually, in between each station. Now, the run, the 300-meter sprint, that really doesn't pose a problem.
Okay.
But the thing that we found out in years past is the vertical jump when it comes to our female applicants as well.
Really?
Even some of our military personnel, because every day you just don't sit there and just jump straight up. Unless you're a past athlete, you play a lot of sports, i.e. basketball, football, track, things like that. You really don't normally jump on an everyday basis. And that's why Troy implemented that program on our website, like adding lunges, box jumps, things like that, body weight squats, to get your body used to that up and down motion for you can explode up and try to get that 16-inch vertical. Because a lot of our females, genetically, they're just genetically different from us when it comes to males. Some males can actually get that 16, 17 inches, but some females, they'll get 15 and a half inches after 3 attempts. And the only thing we can do is say, good luck, try again next year. And you feel bad because you know they look in shape, they're great athletes, but then they sometimes just don't train for the vertical jump. So that's why we really try to enforce that when it comes to our presentations. And
again, like you say, you're doing this one right after the other, so that's why you need to train at home.
Yes, excellent. Yes, that's why I do a lot of HIIT training personally. I'm a big fan of HIIT training. That's high intensity interval training, pretty much. So your recovery time is very low. You burn more fat, you gain more muscle at the same time, actually, and it helps with your recovery rate. So when you are in those stress-induced environments, i.e., being in our positions as law enforcement, we're always stressed, and we have to obviously react at a drop of a dime. That really does help when it comes to your body reacting to those situations. So.
Well, again, you've tuned into the Road Show, brought to you by the Indiana State Police Alliance and Cops for Kids. I'm speaking with Trooper Kyle Mitchell from the Indiana State Police recruiting section, and we're talking about an upcoming ISP Academy class that's going to be starting here real shortly. And we're directing people to our website at the Indiana State Police website. Google or find your favorite search engine, put in the Indiana State Police, bring up our homepage. On the left-hand side, that I believe it says job opportunities. Is that correct?
Job opportunities.
And then that brings up our civilian opportunities and also the sworn officer opportunities, where you can put in a pre-application, and they will notify you when that actually opens, correct?
Yes, as long as you put in your contact information. The only contact information that we require is your email address. There's no obligation with it as well, because some people say, well, I'm thinking about doing it, but I don't know if I really want to do it. I say there's no obligation. Once you do that pre-application, 3 months down the line, you decide, I don't want to go into law enforcement. Just delete the email. That's it. You will not get contacted further from there, but at least gives you that option so you won't forget about it and then miss that deadline. So that's why we do that.
That's a good way to look at it. We're talking about the recruiting process. So the physical is a big part of it, but also people ought to be aware of is their background. Social media is a big part of that anymore, isn't it?
Yes, it is actually. It's funny how social media actually changed how we view things in society now. We actually have, when it gets to the background investigation portion, the background investigator actually asks the applicant, do you have anything offensive that would bring discredit to the department if you were to make it on your social media account? You can obviously say yes or no, and then even if you say no, we actually have to view your social media page right then and there. So we actually go to your page with you, view the photos that you do have on there as well, just to make sure that it wouldn't bring discredit to our department. So we even have an actual division that actually just monitors social networking. Yes, on a daily basis for our department.
It is. It's part of our, and we need to. I'm sure you tell that to possible recruitees that they need to be aware that this is going to follow them forever.
Yes, definitely.
Whatever they put out there.
They fail to realize that once you upload a photo, a comment, it's out there. It's in cyberspace. You can delete the image, you can delete the posting all you want, but it's always going to be out there. And you can never know things that you might post, things that you might say might offend the next person. So it's best to keep any type of opinion to yourself when it comes to certain things. And being in law enforcement, being a public figure, you should know better than that when it comes to that aspect anyway. Obviously, for public perception, you don't want to put things out there that can actually rub individuals the wrong way. So you should be very cognizant of that.
We also let people know we look into their financial backgrounds. Yes. So they need to be wary of that. And tattoos, we've kind of changed our...
Excellent. Yes, we did, Rich. Our last selection process was the first time actually we changed our tattoo policy. It was actually unique. When I actually speak to other law enforcement agencies, their recruiters, some of their other officers, and inform them what we actually do with our written testing, they're flabbergasted. They can't comprehend that we actually do that. What we did in the last selection process was it's on our pre-application if you have any malutations, tattoos that would show in a summer shirt below your elbow, obviously.
In this yes, summer shirt that we've got on.
Yes, that's correct. However, if you mark no, then so be it. But if you mark yes, then if you go to the testing site, if you have a tattoo on your arms, they actually make you stand up and you have to form a line. And we have multiple summer shirts at the front of the stage, and we have to make individuals try on those shirts. And we actually have the captain and the major looking and assessing to see if they can see those tattoos while those shirts are on. And they can see any form of any type of tattoo. They can't leave. They have to leave. They can't take the written test.
Okay.
So,
well, that's good to know. And that's out on the pre-app?
Yes, that's on the pre-app. No, not the pre-app, but that's on the actual application.
On the application yes. When you get it. Okay. Well, that's good to know, and good to get out there for people that are possibly thinking about it. And not only our job, but other jobs. I'm sure they're looking at that too. So
yes, the military has done that as well. They changed their tattoo policy too.
Oh, is that
correct? It may change. It may go back to the other one, but as of right now, that's our current tattoo policy. Because a lot of military personnel, they'll get their military tattoos as well on their forearms from their unit, things like that. But as of right now, if you have any type of tattoo that shows anywhere below your elbow in a summer shirt, you can apply right now.
Okay. So. The application process, it goes further. Once the polygraph, we have a polygraph system that you have to go through so people know what is a lie detector test.
Yes. That
you have to pass. And then the background, of course, we have that. The psychological.
Yes, sir.
That people go through. And if they're ultimately pass all this, and then what part of the application are you guys involved in the LEA out there during the actual process of recruiting? For the
recruiting purposes, we're actually involved in the selection process prior to them actually going into the actual, say for instance, the written test.
Okay.
And we actually are actively involved in the written, the PT, and the oral interviews as well. When they get to the academy, we kind of sever ways with them because it's kind of hard to, okay, you're going to be the recruiter, you're going to talk to them, speak to them nicely, but then you get to the academy, then you're going to be yelling at them, screaming at them. You can't really do that. So they try to separate those two. I was actually at the academy not too long ago, and I went out there to work out. I went swimming, things like that. And I saw the current recruits that we do have in there. So it's great to actually see the people that you spoke to at an event, at a career fair, even at some of these military bases that I go to as well. Some individuals that you actually reconnect with when you go out there because they still want to have that friendly face that they saw. So that's why they try to not let us go out there and actually be engaged with them as much when it comes to the actual enforcement side of the academy training division.
That's cool. That's good. Yeah. Let's go over our website again. Where can people apply at?
www.in.gov/ISP. That directs you to our homepage and go to the left side, go into career opportunities, and that's when you go to Indiana State Trooper and then it goes to the pre-application. If you have any other questions, scroll to the bottom. You can find your recruiter as well, the north, central, and south, and you can send our email. Our contact information on there is on there as well, and also our office number. But the best way to get in contact with us is via email because we're always out and about, Rich. When it comes to different events, different recruiting activities, just to trying to get the state police name out there a little bit more.
If people have applied in the past, say like this last class they applied, didn't make it for some reason, do they have to reapply for this one?
Yes, they do. They have to start over from the beginning. They don't get to go where they left off last time. Okay. Even if you were in the academy in the past and you didn't make it successfully through the academy, say for instance something happened while you're in the academy, you had to drop out or something of that nature, you can still apply in the next one. That does not hinder you on future employment with the state police. But you still have to start from the beginning, like everyone else, from that written examination all the way through into the superintendent's review. So.
Do you know how many people we're looking for?
Oh, we're looking for between 70 to 80. That's what we're looking for. Like we mentioned, we're allotted for about 1,300 troopers at the moment right now, just being out on the road. So, and individuals are going to different positions. People are retiring as well. So we're looking to fill these positions up very quickly. But the superintendent definitely wants to always put across that even though he's looking for potentially 80 troopers to come on, 80 applicants, 80 solid applicants. When it gets to the superintendent's review and there's 150 to 200 from the beginning where it was 5,000, if he doesn't see 80 quality people there, he will not just select 80 people. He will not fill those seats up in the academy. Like in the last class, we wanted to, I believe, get close to 80, but he only saw approximately 65 or so that he felt that should go to the academy. Even though we could have chose 80, but he chose the ones that he believed that should go into the academy. So he will not fill that seat with just anybody.
Great.
So.
Well, we've been talking to the recruiting section, Kyle Mitchell. We thank you for listening. Roadshow out.